Good morning, everyone, and welcome to the Quantum Leap Futures Morning Leap Session for Thursday, May the 11th, 2017. My name is Doug McKay. I'm the founder of Quantum Leap Futures. Each morning we get together in these live go-to sessions to take a look at the market macro to micro, take a look at the structure of the market, and then we drill down to our trade levels, our targets, and our hypotheses for the day. We do create multiple hypotheses. We're not trying to hedge our bets and say, oh, our hypo worked out. What we're doing is we're creating multiple plans based on what we expect to see to happen. That way, once the market opens and we see who is in control, then we have a plan in place for that particular scenario, and we don't have to create it on the fly. And we know where we're going to try to find trades, where we're targeting, and what levels are important to us. This is a subscription room, so if you're interested in checking it out, send me an email at quantumleapfutures@gmail.com. There is no website, there's no blog. This is not a commercial venture. We do everything live here in the go-to during the pre-market session, and then we do live trading and analysis during the course of the trading day. Please read through the disclaimer. Nobody at Quantum Leap is a certified trading advisor. We are retail traders operating within a self-organized learning environment. Past performance is not indicative of future results, and any trades that you see in Quantum Leap are for education purposes only. Please trade your own due diligence, your own trade plan, and your own risk metrics. Okay. So yesterday, let's just take a look at our trade level results from yesterday. Yesterday, we were looking for an open auction in range. We were looking to come down and test either the 23.90.50, 23.90.50, remember, was our over-under line, and possibly come down between the 88.75 and the 87. Find responsive buyers, rotate up through, okay, and go up to that 98 area and test the previous all-time high and take a trip through value. We also said that our Hypo 1 and Hypo 2 were equally weighted because of where we were within the time frame, and basically Hypo 2 was a move up into the 95 to 98, possibly even a false breakout of 2400, and then a rotation down towards the 8750. Well, we basically got Hypo 1, and then we went sideways for an inside day that turned out to be a double distribution. But we only had, 7 3/4 points altogether. Very, very tight day with a clear double distribution with the mid, the IB low, and the LVN all right here at that 93 and a quarter, 93.50, which is basically right where we left value the prior day on the close. So very tough trading day. I actually, I took the FUBAR Mr. Sneaky long, and I was in this trade all day. I closed it out on the, right on the close for 96 and a quarter. I was trying. I had my runner sitting at 97, but we never got filled at 97. And I was hoping that we were going to get caught. We did have a zipper measured move that failed overnight. We had this zipper measured move right here, this 7 1/4 point into this zipper that had a primary target of that 2400. That's why I was hoping that we would continue, but that got violated when we broke below the 89 1/4. We do have a double Reiko reversal here, so pay attention, those that can trade right now. While I'm talking, I can't do it, but this should give us a rotation up into that 93 1/4 and the test of the LVN between the double distribution based on this particular trade setup. But we're not here to talk about trade setups. We're here to talk about the trade plan. First of all, let's take a look at the news. We had Canadian NHPI month over month came out as expected. US PPI came out better than expected. Unemployment claims came out better than expected, and core PPI month over month came over better than expected. So we have Bank of Canada news at 10:30. We've got natural gas, then we got the 30-year bond, but we're pretty much done the major news for the day. We just have to watch for headline news. Okay, so taking a look at the look at the macro to micro. I always like to start my day. I use my paper money with a just a basic candlestick chart and a 9 EMA and a 20 SMA. I use this for homework, and what I'm doing is I'm looking for where we are within the trend in the different time frames. I start with the monthly. This gives me a frame of mind where we are in terms of trends, and I'm also looking for any chart patterns or candlestick patterns that jump out at me. But right now on the monthly, we've got great slope, great separation. We've got a new all-time high. I know this is showing 2401, but the new all-time high is actually 2403.75. I don't know why they have it there, but there's something wrong with the data on Thinkorswim right now. And I've checked it on the live. It's the same on the live. Anyway, we got good slope, good separation. Okay, trend is very much intact on the monthly. Same thing on the weekly. Good slope, good separation. You know, we're below the open of the week, and we opened the week at 2402.50, and then immediately put that Globex high in at 2403.75. But we're coming off of that. Our week low right now is just below it, and remember, we have a week low, meaning our weekly low is not strong. We have a double bottom down there at the 87.50, which is our weekly low. But we don't even begin to challenge the trend on the weekly until we get down into the 66 area. Going to the daily, you can see that we've come down and we're testing the 9 EMA from above. So we have tested it again. It is sitting right there at the 88.25. Below that, you know, I'd be looking for that weak low to get taken out at 87.50. Pay attention to, if we do break, a move down to the 20 is going to take us down to the 23.72.84 area, which is below our key line in the sand. Our key line in the sand is 23.74.50. And below the key line in the sand, I'll be targeting this daily naked cross down here, down in the 23.50 area. Going to the intraday, you can see that we're getting a possible start of a downward trend and continuation pattern. Again, you can see this this weak low that we have down here at the 80. Look at that. Now it shows the 2403.75. Weird. You can see the 87.50 week low. We came down, we put in a higher low, and we're rotating back up towards the middle of that distribution, lower distribution from the double distribution day. But we are below the 9 and the 20, so the trend is down right now on the 4 hour. On the 1 hour, you can see we've got slope and separation. Challenge to the trend to the downside will be 92. Really, I'm looking at that 93.50 area. There is a naked cross up here at 94. Remember, the 94 area is the microcomposite VPOC for the last 4 days. Going to the 30-minute, again, you can see the strength of the trend. We did rotate up, and we're testing the trend from below. So watch this 91 area. If we get above, then I'd be looking for a move into that 93.50 area. And 15-minute, you can see that we had strong trend down, but we've broken above the 9. We're inside the 9 and the 20, and we tested as high as the 91.25. So the trend is being challenged, but it doesn't really get that violated until we get up above the 92. And going to the 5-minute, you can see that we have a naked cross right here above us at 91.50. We missed it by, what, 1 tick? So we still have that above, and we're above the 9 and the 20 and getting a possible trend change to the upside here. And we're going to leave a naked cross right around the 2390. So let's take a look at the structure. You can see that we have this 4-day microcomposite balance area. They tested both sides of it, and we are holding pretty steady around the 94 area. Our microcomposite VPOC is 94.75. We've got a CHVN. There's a little bit of a double distribution. Oops. There's a little bit of a double distribution here with undetermined fair value between the 92.75 and the 94.75. Our value area low is lined up with the CLVN. This is our over-under line. I'm using 90.50. It's showing 90.75. 1 tick isn't going to make a difference. And then below us, we have that week low at 87.50, and then our value area high of the 8 days of balance and into this distribution zone that centers around the 83.50 microcomposite VPOC. That value area high is 87. So kind of a bit of a no man's land between the 87 and the 90.50, so be careful in here. But if we get above the 90.50, look for them to rotate up into the 92.75 and back up into balance. You'll have a little bit of resistance at that 93.50. You can see that the CLV, the microcomposite to LVN, is right near that double distribution, okay, that we have to pay attention to. I like double distributions because you know exactly where you're wrong. If you get a trade off of the double distribution, it's great because you know that if you go above it, they're in price discovery and they're advertising price to the sellers, and where are they likely to go? Up to the 95. If they reject it, from below, they are failing to auction higher. They got to come down and advertise to the buyers. Where are they likely to go? Down here to the 91.75. And you can see the 91.75. We had our VPOC there for a good portion of the day. It was also our open. We just chopped around the open for a large, large percentage of the day, okay, until they finally broke and moved up. Going back to the composite, so just key levels to watch. This is a no man's land between 87 and 90.50. It's going to be hard to execute a trade in here because they could just chop it around, and you don't want to get chopped up. It's still basically a 3-point range there. So for retail traders, that's going to be a difficult area to trade. There's a little bit of resistance right here at 89.25, but it's not something that I would try to lean against. So watch for the 90, 75, 90, 50 area and how we react to that, and watch the 87 area and how we react to that in that area. Above 92.75 target, 94.75, 95 with trade level, right in that LVN of the double distribution. Below, it's all about 83.50 coming back down into this balance. And then watch for a break below the 80.75, below the 80.75. We could have an interim high in, and we could see a much bigger move and a move down to the lower side of the distribution and come back down to fill this gap that has not been filled yet, and possibly even a bigger move down back to this balance that we accepted after being in this distribution zone for so long. There's a lot of repair work to be done. I still think that we've got some upside potential, but we are seeing some weakness coming in. So I'm not getting biased one way or another too strong. And that's why my hypo from yesterday was basically 50-50 either direction. I had said in the Globex the other night it was feeling very, very heavy and very weary. And we saw some more of that yesterday with the tight range in terms of the upward trend being challenged. But we still see those buyers stepping in the 88, 87 area. So right now we just got to be careful. So in terms of our levels, our overnight high is up at 96. Okay, just inside of the value area high and just above our naked close, which is up at 95.25. Our low, you can see that they put a double bottom down here at 88.25, and they only one ticked. We had a one tick failed auction there. So I don't know if this is going to hold or not, but this is indication that we could move away and start testing some of these levels. I had triple distribution overnight. Our overnight low, of course, is the 88. Getting a lot of stuff down here between the 89.25 and 87.50. And then our VPOC just shifted down. It was spending most of the night up in the 94s in that balance, and then it just finally shifted down to the 89.50. So we have our overnight VPOC down here below us, and then we've got this LVN right here at 90.25. So I'm going to use 90. This 89 doesn't do anything for me because, it's just so convoluted down here. So I'm actually going to use the 90.25 LVN from overnight as a potential trade level to watch. And then, of course, we've got the value area low in the 92. That's right in balance. So I'm going to use that as a target, whereas usually I'd use the value area low for a trade level. With the double distribution, I'm shifting that to make it all about this 93.50 area, 93.25 area, and then a move above, targeting the 95 and the overnight high. 97 for a breakout, and there's going to be a little bit of resistance at 98, but I don't think that the next move up is going to be, it's created a really weak high there at the 97.75, 98 area, and I'd really be looking for the breakout of the 97 to push through to the 2400. Remember, we've got a quintuple top on the 2400 with our unadjusted all-time high up at the 2403.75. In terms of the ATRs, the 20-period ATR for the day is 1503, so currently off of the 88 plus 1503. Our upside daily ATR doesn't shift much. It is at 2403 now rather than 2403.50 from yesterday. And our overnight high is 96, so our downside daily ATR is 2381. This shifts up slightly. Okay, and those are basically all the levels that we need to look at. Okay, so let's talk about hypotheses. Now, again, because of the situation that we're in, and because we are still within a daily ATR to take out and equalize that all-time high between the Globex and the RTH session, my Hypo 1 and Hypo 2 have equal opportunity. Okay, I don't know. But because we're seeing weakness, and because we've got the weakness coming in, and because we've got the double distribution, my main hypothesis, or Hypo 1 today, is going to shift from the short side, from the long side to the short side. So I am looking for responsive buyers on the open, a push up into the 91 to the 93 area. This is the first area that I'll be looking for initiative sellers to step in. And somewhere between this LVN and the naked VPOC and the naked close, possibly even the 96, but back up into this balance right here, I'm looking for initiative sellers to step in and rotate us down and go break that 87.50 area, chop around here and push back down into the 84 to 83.50 area and closing somewhere back down in this balance right here. Of equal opportunity, my hypo 2 still remains that the unequalized RTH high at 2400 and the unequalized high at the 2403.75 has to be equalized out, just as we equalized the March contract to the June contract. Same concept. So my hypo 2 has equal opportunity. I'm looking for an open auction in range, and then I'm looking for a move down, a break, okay, of the range low and overnight low, come down, and somewhere between the 87.50 and the 85, possibly even the 84, then I'm looking for responsive buyers to step in and rotate us up. Okay, come up, chop around in the lower distribution, then push through and test both sides of the distribution, okay, and close somewhere up here with possibly a late day probe, okay, into the 98-week high and possibly even, test the 2400. That is hypo 2. Hypo 3 is utter complete failure. Okay, so we open auction in range. We fail to get above the LVN. We get an open test drive or either an open drive, one of the two. Okay, and we leave this upper distribution alone. And we push right down through, chop around the 87 and then fail, come down into the 84 area, chop around here and push through and move down towards the 78 to 75 and get a breakout day from this balance and come down and test, okay, the key line in the sand down here, okay, down at the 74.50. That is my hypo 3. Hypo 4 is the opposite. It is a open test drive or an open drive, come up, test the area, push through, take out the naked VPOC and the overnight high, and then break out, okay, chop between the 98 and the 24, get our final break of the 24, and push through and go put in new all-time highs. And where those highs are, I don't know. I'm looking for range expansion on hypo 3 and hypo 4 beyond 15 points. Hypo 1 and hypo 2 have equal opportunity, okay, but staying within the 15-point ATR, average to range. Taking a look at gold. You can see that we've got 3-day balance, okay, right around the 2170. And again, I want to point out that the 2170 was where our composite VPOC, this composite goes all the way back to October the 9th, 2008. This is where we started, okay? Then we worked our way up and we got the composite VPOC shifted up when we were in this area. Then we went up, and when they were trying to hold value, this shifted up to here. Then we came down, and on the way down, it shifted back below, okay? And now we're trading between these two distribution zones, but right back, okay, where the composite VPOC was at the 2170, and we're having trouble getting away from here, which we've been talking about for the last 4 days. Key line in the sand for us, 12, 14, 20. Anything below the 12, 14, 20, looking for them to go to the 970, but more likely to come down and test the 1200 and the next big destination below, which is down here in around the 98 to the 95. Above, key line in the sand is 2560. If we can get above that, look for them to rotate back up into this current microcomposite VPOC at the 29 and chop around between the 27 and the 32. Next big level for us is a break above the 1239, 1240 area. Above that, we're outside of this value area and likely to come up back towards the 1250 area and the 1254.70. I think we're going to see choppiness on gold again. You can see we're getting compression, okay? You can see when you get the compressions, then you get the breakouts. Compression, breakout, okay? Price discovery. Now we're getting compression. So whether or not we make the move today or not and we break out, okay, we should be looking for getting a move away from this and in the next coming sessions. I don't know if it'll be this week or next week, but the next one will be a big move, either back up towards the 54 or move down to the 1200. And the area that it's really important for me to determine which direction that's going to be is going to be this 2560. And of course, break of the 1420 to the low side is going to confirm what I think we'll probably see a move down to the 1200. But anything can happen. Market doesn't do what I want it to do. Market's going to do what the auction allows it to do. Anyway, that's going to complete our pre-market session. As always, trade well, trade safe, and we'll catch you on the flip side.